Hi, I'm Buzz Lagos. Welcome to Weekly Buzz. Minnesota played an exciting game against San Antonio last weekend, winning 4-3 in San Antonio. We're going to look at 2 goals that Minnesota scored. Their opponent this coming week, Jacksonville, is coming off a great 1-0 win against the Cosmos, and we'll look at Jacksonville's goal. Minnesota was just sharp on attack. They were hitting timely one-touch passes, as we'll see in the clips. They were moving well, they were running off the ball, they were confident in each other, they showed good skill. They went into, let's call it a hostile environment of San Antonio and just decided to play some great soccer. And they did a great job. It was probably their best attacking performance of the season.
Ibson. Head for Ramirez. Here's a chance now. And Justin Davis gives Minnesota the lead.
This has to be one of the most delightful goals of the season, just the way it developed, how it comes. What a counterattack. San Antonio's in the attack, putting a dangerous ball in the box. Good header by Thiago Cavano. Mendez, doesn't go to the ball, gets stripped of the ball, so it didn't make any, it's still a dangerous situation. They now have a chance to get a cross in, make more things happen, but Cavano comes out with good pressure, good defensive play, good footwork, gets his head up. And again, when we see goals, there's a little bit of a break because the San Antonio player is trying to play the ball into the box and just roughly from behind. Is that a foul? He gets the ball, tackling from behind. That's an iffy one. It probably is a foul, coming from behind like that and running over Thiago, even though he might have gotten his foot to the ball. You can't run through a player. The referee decides not to blow it. Kevin Venegas gets his head up. A couple key moments that make this all happen. Again, the advantage by the referee. See his arms push forward. Let's go. Let's play, you guys. Ibson's asking for the ball. Kevin Venegas gives him just a short pass, and Ibson controls it. And again, the defender gets caught on the wrong side of him. He's got to get goal side of him, but Ibson's able to now turn and look upfield. And he has choices now. He's got Giuliano's looking for the ball, but it's covered tightly. He might be able to find the ball to Justin Davis, but the defender kind of cuts it off, and he decides he sees Christian Ramirez up the middle between these 2 defenders, split the 2 defenders, in a sense beating all 3 of their midfield defenders, 1, 2, 3 with 1 pass. And Christian Ramirez is able to get some space between him and the defenders and get a turn and look upfield. And this is an example of how in the last few games he's not only finishing, he's passing much better. He's getting the ball possession for his team, and it's so important for the target player, if he wasn't allowed to turn, to maybe find another player, maybe go to Khalif this time, find a back player, find Giuliano, get it back to Ibson again. But the defense allows him to turn. And he now, rather than play the ball to Justin Davis' feet, which is kind of blocked by the defender, he sees the space, he sees Justin Davis run, so his passing game is at a much more sophisticated level. He's able to read the space, the defense, and the timely run of his teammate. And he puts a perfect ball out in front of Justin Davis. Knows the ball just runs into the penalty area. Keeper can't get to it. We go back again. Just look where Justin Davis is at the start of this play. He's even with Kevin Venegas in the middle of the field, right at the 18-yard box. So he's now going to start his run up the field. And this is roughly an 80-yard run he's going to make. And again, the trust he has, he says, oh, this looks pretty good. I think I'm going to get forward. And just sees that ball played right into his path, has the composure to get his head up. Great vision, great one-touch time shot, left foot shot inside that far post. Players running out of the back, whether it's midfield players, defenders, cause defenses trouble. Nobody expected to see your outside left back running up the middle of the field, running past everybody to score this goal. And it's just what's clicking now for Minnesota. Players are just making the timely runs, and good things are happening for their team because of that. From a coaching perspective, you're never quite sure when it's going to click overall. You put all the ingredients together, you run training sessions, you focus on attack, you focus on defense, you try different things, you tweak things a bit, you say you're going to score goals crossing the box, near and far post runs, combination plays, we want to play up the middle, play wide, and you sort of throw it all together, and you're hoping something happens when the blend pops out and things go well. And suddenly it's starting to happen for Minnesota. And you want to have balanced scoring out of your team. You want to have all your players be threats. And so Mendez will score, Christian Ramirez is scoring, Ibson will score a goal. We see Justin Davis coming out of the back scoring. We see Kevin Venegas making runs down the flank and getting balls crossed in and helping set up goals. And of course, Khalif now is finishing and passing too. And you're never quite sure when it's going to happen. You just keep your fingers crossed and hope the owners are patient enough as your team gets better and better, and suddenly they explode. And Minnesota's clearly exploded now with 8 goals in their last 2 league games.
Here's Venegas now bringing it forward. Good first touch by Venegas.
See, San Antonio can get close to Minnesota when they play the ball early.
Ibson in for Ramirez. Ibson again. Al Hassan takes it down. Trying to chip Sadler, and it's in!
This is the start of the second half. Minnesota's up 3-2. They know they're playing in San Antonio. They know likely they need another goal. They need to get that 2-goal differential to really be a little more comfortable. So you see San Antonio is going to develop the attack. Notice Kevin, in general, I'd say, Kevin, you should be tighter on the guy. You're giving him too much space to get hit up and to make a good pass. You see this center striker for San Antonio looking to make the run to the space. The outside left back sees him. But Kevin just reads it. He gets the guys, he sees his eyes looking up. He sees him putting on the ball on his left foot. He reads the passing lane and just gets out in front of that passing lane and gets a control of that ball. And again, to win the ball with a clean touch like he does and keep it close to him is very good. Then when Forbes realizes he made a mistake, he dives in, and Kevin Venegas takes advantage of that, pushes it wide and drives up the line for the penetration. Kevin pulls up. He suddenly sees it's 5 against 1 for Christian Ramirez. Let's not play it to him. Let's pull up in the attack. And he finds Pitch Colin. Now, Pitch Colin turns, he'll pay the ball to Mendez. And ideally Mendez will be back off his left foot so he can change direction of the ball to Khalif. But he gets caught with the ball on his right foot, gets kind of a weak first touch on his right foot, but recovers valiantly with a nice left foot ball. 1 touch over to Venegas. And here's a key play in this whole situation, too. Venegas plays the 1-touch ball over the top. He sees that space. He sees the ball to run to Ibson. That was a key because that beats 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That suddenly puts 5 San Antonio's quickly behind the ball when they weren't behind the ball before. He plays in such a way that Ibson can run to it, fake go upfield, going forward the first touch, and now has good vision to see what happened. Ramirez makes a sort of a driving run toward the penalty box. He sees he's covered, sees there's no passing lane for Ibson, pulls up and comes back. And Ibson sees that pull up. And this is where it takes time in the season for players to read each other. Ibson to realize that I'm not going to put the ball in the space behind the defender. I'm not going to play outside the left back for Ramirez to run onto. Ramirez is going to drive forward, draw defenders in, and then stop and pull back. And notice that time, he just played it right back when Ramirez started to pull back. Now Ramirez has good possession, and we see 4 defenders collapse around Christian Ramirez. Now, Christian Ramirez has Pitch open. He could have laid a ball off the Pitch, and then Pitch takes on this outside defender and then lays the ball to Khalif. Instead, we saw the ball played back to Ibson, and Ibson head up, sees the space, sees the defenders tucked in, and sees Khalif waving his hands frantically saying, I'm open, please see me out here. And Ibson gives a wonderful, delicate 1-touch chip pass over to Khalif. You just see Khalif's confidence. He's getting goals and creating passes. I mean, the goal that set up Christian Ramirez's head goal was a wonderful run he made down the flank, flipped the ball over the defenders to Ramirez for the goal. So his confidence is high. And he just looks like, boy, he's in control. Sometimes players are in control, and he just senses and sees that space. He sees, I can do this. It has to be perfect. Centimeter perfect. Don't want to say inch perfect. Centimeter perfect. It's a bouncing ball. Hit a side volley up over the keeper. Just hit it right. Delicate chip under the crossbar over the keeper. Just an incredible goal. When a team is struggling on a losing streak, either not scoring goals or giving up goals, you've got to somehow regroup. You do have to learn from your mistakes, but you just can't only focus on mistakes. A lot of times when you go back to those game tapes, you might do a tape showing mistakes, but you also need this tape showing the good things, how you created chances, how you good opportunities, how you defended well. You want to get that positive image of the team so they can build back up and get their confidence back again. But I'd say put a little more focus in defense. If you can shut another team out, that means you only need 1 goal to win that game. And so it doesn't take much to get that rhythm.
Some 37 minutes plus for that opportunity to happen. Here's Castrion with a little header.
So New York's got a they're defending well against the back line, and good organization overall. And Scaglia just hits kind of a hopeful ball into the penalty area, and it's just a tempting ball. It's in that space in between the 6-yard box and the penalty spot. It's that area, that second 6-yard box, where keepers sometimes get to the ball and sometimes they should stay back. It's just a tough decision. I would say in this setting, if I'm a keeper and I see my defender matched up with their player pretty well in a one-on-one head battle, let my defender battle for it. Because usually the attacking player cannot get a good head on the ball, can't get much power on it. You see the situation, Castellon doesn't get much power, just gets a little bump, a flick on. And if Maurer stayed back, it's easy scoop. He's right in his goal line. He just runs out, picks that ball up, and no chance for Krasanovic to get to it and score the goal. I just love the early leap by Castellon, the hang time, hangs in the air, gets his head on it to bump that ball on. Defensively, Mendez has to get up sooner too. Mendez, probably got caught backpedaling a little bit too much for that ball. Notice he can't make that good positive attack of the ball. So he probably needed to pull back a bit more, track the run of Castellon a little better, get a little better bodies in, because Castellon is coming forward to the ball, gives him much more vertical leap. He's able to attack the ball in the air going forward. Mendez is kind of backpedaling for the ball, can't get the same explosive power that he needs to get up for that air ball. You see that Ayoze is ball watching right now, not keeping a track of Krasanovic, who runs blind side of him, behind him. You want to get a little bit of a half turn in, looking over his left shoulder, kind of seeing Krasanovic making that run. If he is going to run forward like that, which is a faster run, facing that way, he's got to just look over his right shoulder and see Krasanovic so he can stick with him and beat him to the ball before the wide open chance. Recovery by players off the ball is so important to help pick up these half chances that teams create and to keep them from scoring. Minnesota's coming off 2 4-goal games. Their confidence is high now. They're playing very well. They head down to Jacksonville, where Jacksonville's coming off a very exciting 1-0 win over the Cosmos. We're going to see 2 confident teams playing out there. It's going to be a great battle between these 2 sides. I think we're going to see a lot of goals. I think both teams can finish and score. I think we're going to see that in this game, and we'll see who comes out on top.